I'm gonna record. Where'd my stuff go? There we go. All right, there it is for me.
All right.
But I'm gonna have to send that to
You see my screen?
you. Yep.
I got you. So, um, these are all the pairs that I've got that I'm looking for a pullback or a move. This one, I don't even know why USDC CHF is in there, but we'll be on the daily. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the 4 hour. There we go. So, if this is still in this area, I'm going to look for the sale around what 5:30, 6 o'clock. Might even wait until 8 to see exactly where it's at and what it's doing. I don't think we're gonna get much out of it, but just in case news spikes or does something crazy.
I
But
think
it
that
does
thing
look
is
like a
gonna,
good solid play.
that
Huh?
thing. I'm in it. That thing. I personally
Are you
believe
already in it?
it's gonna melt.
I was trying to catch it and I wasn't paying attention. And then I did catch it up here and I wasn't for sure how news was gonna react. So you can see I got out of it, but I'm looking to get back in it.
I
So
got you. I got you.
I made a little off of it. CAD JPY, like I said, just waiting to see if it pulls back in this area, see what it does. This one, I'm just kind of really just watching the bullish market structure, see if it retests that area. I'm not for sure if it's really what it's going to do, but it's on the
Man, so
list.
so rather than basing it just off your 4 hour, go back to that one. Let's see what the weekly looks like. How the weekly closed. So the weekly for yours technically closed
Close
below.
below,
Okay, so let's see what the daily has done. The daily has closed slightly above. Uh,
slightly above.
so for me, when that happens, I just leave it alone, right?
Yeah.
Until because the weekly is closed below the area of interest, the daily's above, the
Mm,
4 hours in the uptrend. I just leave it all alone. So
I got you.
because the weekly is closed below, what I would like to see is the daily close below with it, and then the H4 switch to a downtrend with it, and then that's when I'm looking to sell it. But all three
Right.
have to align like that.
Before
Yeah, before I.
that makes
Yeah,
sense. And the only reason it's on my list is because I like to categorize them so I can see and know what levels and steps are at.
yeah. And
Um,
which at the end of the day, like it is in an uptrend.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So like if you were looking for buys, it ain't necessarily a terrible idea. I'm just giving
No,
you
not at all. It just
my system on what I look for, and it has to line up the same way every time before I take anything.
right.
And I've learned I can't change anything. You know what I'm saying? Like one trade, I'm gonna let the weekly be below, but I'm gonna still take buys, and then the next trade, I'm gonna let the weekly be below, but I gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's just gotta be consistent.
I understand completely. No, this is just one that I was watching because it was in a good zone. Um, and it came here, seeing when it was in this area the last few times. You could see how it gave a lot of um, movements,
Yeah,
either directions, whether it was buys or sells for institutional swings and stuff like that. So that was one reason why it was on the list. That's why I'm watching to see exactly what it does. Because if it rejects and then continues up, then I can start looking for our strategy to come in play. You
most
see what
definitely.
I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I left it on the list of pullback. NZD USD is really, just exactly that, waiting on the pullback
Yep.
on the 4 hour. I can see it starting to gas a little bit, so just waiting to see what it does. Of course, I'm wanting to get back down into this area of interest down here. That looks so small whenever I look at that screen. Um, Euro GBP, same thing. I'm waiting for it to get back up to that area of interest. And if that pullback works out, then of course I'm going for the sale. But it's yeah, that'll probably be what counter trend. That's what it's looking like.
It's go to the daily. Now the
Yeah,
daily's in
counter trend trade.
the daily's in a downtrend now.
Yeah, it's in a downturn now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just waiting for that to come back and retest that area. Same thing here on GBP JPY, which I didn't completely finish that one because I was basing it off of this,
Okay.
trying to see what it was going to do. Looking back, but it looks like it's up there in an area that what I call no man's land. Yeah, it's been up there before. So we'll see what that one does.
Yeah.
That's kind of just the through. I'm just waiting for it to retest. Um, set these up for the shift of structure. Of course, just waiting on this one to do a lot of crazy things. You know, there's a lot that has to happen for that to work out and play out that way.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I did have a blue zone. I don't know what happened to my blue zone in that area. I don't know why that it must not have saved when I exited out. Have you had that problem with Trading View here lately? Like if you made markups, it don't exactly save it.
I haven't had that problem lately.
For some reason, mine and I've got the paid membership and everything, but I'll
Yeah.
be marking up on my computer and then I'll come back and some of my lines won't be there.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for really to come up to this area of interest and give me a shift of structure.
I got
But
you.
you can see on the daily, it's clearly in a daily
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah. That green line is a blue line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause even if you stretch it out, it's
Yeah.
in a lot of involvement right there. So
That's real good.
while I'm looking at it, I didn't do it. So oh, there we go. Now I got all of it. So GBP USD, just looking for the shift of structure on that one. Waiting to see if it does what crazy because what I'm gonna need it to do is of course come up here into the area, set a new high, and then break structure and start moving to the downside. So,
Right.
you know, it's not a lot in our opinion, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot to happen for the market. So,
Most definitely, and a lot of times, man, that thing just drop. Is what can
yeah,
happen.
yeah,
It could just
it,
drop, or it can give you, essentially what we're looking for as far as the shift of structure.
right,
But if it don't have the shift of structure, it's a no trade, which is what most traders go wrong with. Is they want to predict what's going to happen versus let it tell you what is going to happen and then trade based off that, and that's the strategy. You know what I'm saying?
right. Oh yeah, yeah. That I know exactly what you're saying. I had a lot of times where I was trying to predict when I should have been reactive.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I've learned to be more reactive, like I know you see the lines right here on the screen, but that's not me predicting. That's just me visually seeing what it has to do and what has to happen
Right.
in order for me to take that entry.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't happen exactly that way, then just keep on moving to the next trade.
Yep.
So EUR USD, same thing, shift to structure. Starting to see the shift to structure,
Yeah.
but
Man, that one,
see what.
that one's tough for me because I seen the same thing, which USD chef it's a negative correlating pair of USD or Euro USD,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if Euro USD falls, then you're possibly going to see USD chef rise. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if we get a shift of structure on Euro USD, here's the thing. If you get a shift of structure on Euro USD and you take the sell, knowing that, like for me, I'm in USD chef in a sell, one of them have to play out.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Where I
Yeah.
used to go wrong was I would try to guess, or not guess, but like I'm gonna take USD chef. I'm not going to mess with euro because I don't
Hmm.
want to take necessarily two losses. But a lot of time, like they're like 80 something percent correlating pairs. So if euro falls, USD is going to rise. So go ahead and take both of them. And if your strategy aligns like statistically, like if you're aiming for a 1 to 2 or a one to two or higher, then obviously you're going to come out on top. You're going to make money regardless. So that is if I get that shift of structure, I'll take it. Is what I'm telling you. Essentially, I'll sell it,
Yeah.
even though I'm
On
already
the
in
USD.
USD chef. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
saying. Because, like you said, one of them has to play out, and I come to that crossroads a lot too, and I'm like, what do I do, man?
Yeah.
I have no clue. So it's just one of those situations. It's just all in how you trade and if you want to take that setup or not.
Right.
Because I've seen times where I've been right, and there's been times that I've been wrong. So GBB CAD, just waiting for the shift of structure, and I believe this overall, I believe it's still in a continuation. Yeah, it's for a long time that thing was going up. Then
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of started to consolidate a little
I
bit.
got some GBP pairs that I'm looking at.
You got a few GBP
Yeah.
pairs. I think I got another one over here that I'm off based off of my rejection candle. Just literally waiting for it to pull back into that area of interest. Um, yeah, what's that? Yeah, that one actually looks really good. Yeah, I thought it did. So yeah, I'm waiting on that to happen. Same thing here. As soon as the market open up, I'll be waiting. Well, actually, it's open now. Uh, just waiting to catch the sale. If that's what happens,
Yeah.
it can continue on, or it can show me signs that it's time to sell. And I'm expecting the sales to happen tonight, probably around 12, 1. No, maybe probably about 3 in the morning. So I don't know if you're up early in the morning or not.
Hey, I analyze the market. If it presents something to me, then I'll take it. If I'm asleep when it's happening, I'm just asleep. It is what it is. And
I
you know what I'm saying?
understand.
For real, I don't necessarily get up anymore. Now sometimes I was like, if I see like something at 12 o'clock may close in a way that I need it to, like I'm just waiting on a rejection candlestick, and it looks like it's gonna give
Hmm.
it to me. I'll wait. I'll stay up till 12. But that's it, just to see if it'll give me
Yeah.
that rejection. But other than that, I'm going to sleep. Yeah.
I'll be hearing so many people on YouTube. They're like, "Man, I'll be up at 1, 2, 3 in the morning, laying down at 10." I'm like, "Bro, I understand that London session is awesome, but
Yeah,
if
and
I'm not scalping, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?"
that's the thing. So we don't. I don't scout, so I don't necessarily
Yeah.
need to stay up if I can get in a trade whenever. You get what I'm saying? Now,
Hmm.
most people don't recommend that, but the market's gonna do what the market's gonna do. If it presents my
That's
setup,
how.
I'm taking it,
Yeah.
and I've traded long enough that it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand completely. These two are what I'm really waiting on. AUD, I'm waiting for it to just really pull back and give me that rejection candle. I'd like for it to come up into this area of interest, and then of course sell it off. And I believe on the weekly, yeah, that thing really closed below and dropped out. So
Okay.
just waiting on it to really reject the area and show me that it's true signal that we're for sale. Of course, yeah, daily's already. Have you been watching AUD and ZD?
Kinda. Man, I try to find the most obvious setups, which I think
Yeah,
that one is essentially an obvious counter trend trade there. Uh,
yeah. I
but
was definitely
yeah,
aiming at this one. And then if that one didn't play, this one, I mean, this one's kind of like, okay, I just really need to get a rejection candle. I'd like for it to come back and reject, and then I'd probably start looking for an entry, even though it's already signified an entry right here.
right.
And just, I I'm still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still skeptical because it really hasn't gave us our true break and retest
Yeah.
like this one. This has showed us a
Yeah.
positive break. So,
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
but other than that, man, that's really all I got
Okay.
that I'm, just been analyzing, keeping up with. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing and let you share.
All right. Let's see. Where's this? All right. Can you see my end?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right. So I don't have many uh, reds, right? So we are obviously in a daily downtrend. We've gotten a weekly rejection, as we can see right there. I'm gonna zoom in for you because I know it's hard to kind of see. Weekly rejection. We're underneath on the daily. What I am looking for, this was one of the ones that we were looking at last week, remember? So
It wasn't it?
yep, I am looking for the pullback, rejection, drop, right? So when we look at the daily, look how clean that is. So I try to take the cleanest setups. Price got back to this area. We just waited on our H4 shift of structure, which we got last week. It just continued. Now we're rejecting this H4. So now I'm waiting on a pullback rejection. Whether I get it or not, who knows? But that is a high probability trade, right? GBP chef. So I'm looking for sales on it too. As you can clearly see now, thing is we're down there, right?
I Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off. I was looking at that exact trade. I was like, "Ooh, it's a sale,"
Yeah,
but that's what held me away from it.
yeah. So I'll sell it, right? If it gives me, now we are in a daily uptrend, right?
Hmm.
So what I'm expecting to happen possibly is for us to get a shift of structure. If we get a shift of structure, fall underneath this area on the daily,
Hmm.
then I can see it pulling back to this area for then it to take off, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
But so essentially, what it's possibly creating is a head and shoulders for that long term move. But in order to have that move, we obviously have to fall,
Have to
right?
have a shift of structure
Yeah,
on the
shift of
four
structure.
hour
So this
to
is a
bring it
counter,
back. Yeah,
yeah, counter trend trade here, uh, and then Euro NZD. So what I'm looking for on here is obviously we've had our rejection. That's just the weekly open. We've had our rejection from last week, so we're above. So I'm looking for the daily to break back above, and if that happens, we would obviously have a shift of structure like this here, and then we can get a pullback for our retest because we are technically in a daily downtrend now. As you can see, this was our higher high, this was our higher low. We broke below and created a lower low. So that's what I'm looking for on those. Uh, my blues, I only got one blue. I don't have many that I'm messing with just yet, right? You know how me that can change throughout the week depending on how the market moves. But right now,
right.
this is it. So essentially on NZD Chef, which I think is a correlation of Euro NZD. No, I think it's GBP. I have to go look at it again. Either way, I ain't gonna guess. NZD Chef, as you can see, we have a head and shoulders here too. Potential head and shoulders, right?
Mm-hmm.
We just recently broke above the last uh, lower high. So now I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for that retest for us to do this. But in order for that to happen, looking for that shift of structure on the H4 uh, to then,
Gotcha.
shoot up
What's that pip range right there?
from
Zone to zone.
zone to
Was that about
zone.
100?
So we're at what, 45, 9, 14 to, it's not very big, 45. So about 60, 70 pip range.
Okay. So you would aim for what, a 30, 60 in there?
Yeah, possibly.
Or would you go for,
So if it came back down to this area, my stops would be uh, probably, yeah, a 2 to 1.
oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. So I thought you was
Probably
looking
not
to
even
short
that.
it.
I would probably
I got
go.
you. I thought you were looking to short it. Or are you
Well,
looking for
yes,
the
I am.
long?
Yes, I am looking to short it. I'm thinking of once
Gotcha.
it gets back down to this area, I am looking to short it. And this is a high probability trade. Obviously, most traders wouldn't do this, but I've had so much success with it. With the pullback, if everything aligns, right, we get a weekly. The weekly has rejected that area. The daily
Mm-hmm.
fall if the when the daily and if the daily falls underneath this support level or resistance level, and then you get a H4 shift of structure, it's I got all the alignment lining up. You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah.
rejecting if we're using the EMAs, we're rejecting the EMAs, right? Potentially. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So I can find a bunch of different confluences that make sense, and that's why I've had the high probability uh, trades, just like we took on what was that last week we took? Because you took it too, right?
I believe I did.
Yep, EuroCAD.
Yeah,
I mean, we
Euro
were
CAD, I
rejecting the
did.
EMAs. We were technically in a, we not technically, we were in a daily downtrend, but we had an H4 shift of structure and we took the buys. So it's essentially the same move, and I've done it over here. I've done it twice. So when we go look at the
Mm-hmm.
trade that I'm currently in, when it got to this zone, it was in a uptrend when I took that trade. But it was in an uptrend. We had, sorry, I'm trying to make it where you can see it on. We had that week, we had a rejection, right? We were closed underneath on the weekly. The daily had closed above, like it is doing on NZD Chef. And once we closed below, everything aligned. We also had a shift of structure, close below, shift of structure, retest, rejection candle. We took hold on, that's wrong. Rejection candle. We took the sales, and it played out smoothly. We're essentially looking for the same setup right here, and that's why I got in this one. So history essentially is gonna history will repeat itself. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah,
History will
I
repeat
know
itself.
exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So when I take a lot of these counter trend trades,
It's,
now the thing is with the counter trend trades, I've had experience with it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I know what I'm looking for, and I know where the market is. I know what the market is essentially showing me that it wants to do. Uh, so yeah, but that's honestly all I have, AJ. I'm currently in this one. We'll see how this plays out, but this one correlates with this one, right? And technically, for me, I'm within the zone. This is Euro USD.
mm-hmm.
I'm in the zone on the weekly. It's showing every sign that it wants to fall. Whether that happens, I don't know. But last week closed below. The daily is slightly with inside of that zone. The only thing we like you said, is we got to have that shift of structure. So that's
Yeah,
why,
that's
yeah,
what.
that's why I was looking at that as well. But if we're the dollar is man, the dollar is really starting to lose some value. Uh,
It really is.
it well, the dollar in general. Uh,
Yeah, so that's one thing that I've been doing a lot of research on because, like I told you a couple weeks ago, I've been, deferred away from the U.S. dollar when the government was shut down.
mm-hmm.
One of those reasons why was because while the shutdown was going on, normally, it's not moving, it's going to get weaker.
Yeah,
But what I was reading in compared to these other pairs, your more larger pairs, your euro, your whatever else is in their banking system, I forget, gives a lot of volatility when it does open back up, and it takes little bit longer for it to recover because of the amount of strength, if I'm
yeah.
understanding that correctly. So, yeah, I can see why it's fluctuating the way it
Not only
is.
that, so usually negative correlating pair is gold and the U.S. dollar. Usually, when gold's up, the dollar doesn't do as well. When the dollar's up, the gold doesn't do as well. Well, right now, technically, they're both up. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because all this,
Yeah.
we're saying our U.S. dollar and the economy's doing good, when in all reality, it's not. Right? We should have been in recession and all that type of stuff. So, but like I said, I don't try to predict anything. I just do what the market shows me. USD CAD was one of them last week. Remember, we talked about that, me and you. I think
Mm-hmm.
it was later in the week. We both,
Yeah, we was both eyeing that one.
yep, we had that shift of structure right there. Got a small pullback. The reason why I didn't take that one is because it was the daily was still on top. I was waiting for it to
Mm-hmm.
fall. It was this candle here. I was waiting on this to happen. But once that candle closed, once this happened, we never got a pullback, and then it just fell out. Uh,
Yeah.
which one was another one last week? I think, yeah, I think that
And I
was.
bought something over at Black Friday. I think this is gonna save my life. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
You just fill it out. I think that's gonna save my life. I picked it up for $5. It just gives you the whole week.
yeah,
And what I'm planning on doing is just start like what days I take trades on, so that way I'll always have something to refer back on.
yeah.
So whenever I do my reviews, I know exactly what pairs to go to. And I think I'm gonna try to just write like little tips on what market structure did on certain days and certain times, so I can
Right.
start really diving in because I know these things go by quarters. They say the market moves in quarters. So
Mm-hmm.
with us being in the fourth quarter, of course, Thanksgiving's throwing us off, Christmas is gonna throw us off, New Year's, and stuff
Okay.
like that. So I know last year, man, I didn't catch no trades during December. I kept getting cooked
Man,
every time.
last December I did great.
Did you?
Yeah, I did great last December. I typically do good in December. Now that I think back, uh, I typically do okay in December. Uh, I think it's more so because it's a mental thing. The reason why I think I do good at it is because I don't change anything.
Right.
I trade the same way. I'm not worried about Christmas. I ain't worried about none of that. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I took that USD
Mm-hmm.
chef trade. Remember, I texted you and said, I think I'm done for the week because Thanksgiving's usually slow. And I'm thinking to myself, I've never done that. Take,
Mm-hmm.
just trade what just trade. Oh, it is what it is. It was, it wasn't as slow as I thought it would be, right?
Yeah.
Things throughout the day on Thanksgiving, it really slowed down. But then Friday, everything picked back up. We seen the way USD CAD dropped out, which there was
Yeah,
some
it was
news for
great.
USD CAD, but still, all CAD pairs, GBP CAD moved like crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me not get into what everybody says and let me just trade what I see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And just live with whatever happens. I'm a swing trader, so if I get in a trade, a setup happens, I get in a trade, and it doesn't move, who cares? It is what it is. I've already
Right.
accepted the risk.
Yeah.
So that's why I got in that trade, and that's why I think I've also done good in December. Did you get a chance to watch that video?
I still haven't. I
Bruh.
still got to catch that video, bro.
So essentially, so I'm always talking about the risk to reward and all that. Like, what is your win strategy?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes into depth on if you're everybody's focused on the strategy, like when to get in and when to get out. Like all that stuff's important, but if you are a 70% trader and you know you're winning, you got you've hit for you're 3 for 3, and you're finna take that fourth trade, and that fourth trade knocks out all your losses. You want 75% of your trades. Your strategy works, but it doesn't work. You're like what you're aiming for, your R to R and your win rate matters. Like that's a part of your strategy, and most people don't put it as a part of their strategy. They're not worried about the money management side of it. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's huge, bro, because that is gonna dictate because you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna
Right.
happen. So everything just has to be consistent. It really does. You have to take the same. You got to risk the same amount per trade. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I got enough in my account to risk 50% on this one trade. Well, you take one loss, now you got to risk less. You get what I'm saying? Just so you don't blow
Mm-hmm.
your account. So now
Right.
I'm gonna go from I didn't risk 50% on this one trade. I lost half of my account. So now I'm at, let's say I had $100. Now I'm at $50. Now I'm gonna risk 2% per trade. You know what I mean? 2% per trade. You know how long it's gonna take you to get that 50% back? And that's
Way too long.
and you could win 90% of your trades and you still ain't getting all the losses back. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it just that has to be a part of the strategy, and that's why I always tell you, AJ, what's your win rate? You have to keep track of that. What is your win rate? Because your win rate is going to tell you what your R has to be. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was 50% for the month of November, but that's dope. 50%.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That is
50%
dope.
on my trades, but that's 50% aiming for average. It was an average because I use TradeZilla, so it gives me
Mm-hmm.
an average of 2.6, 1 to 2.6. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I only have to be a 30% trader to make money. You get what I'm saying?
That's it.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's huge. And at the end of the month, I made money. So just rinse and repeat. I know what I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
I got the strategy, and that's why I don't stress out no more over losers. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
This
Yeah. I
this
know exactly what you're saying.
this trade go hit. This trade right here go hit. This stop loss. If that thing goes over and hit it, bro, I'm not stressing. Now, obviously, all of us, we want every trade to just go our way, but that's not how it works.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We always want to.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, look how many times I've done it already. Every time it's gotten to the zone, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've lost once. I got in early, but it went up, came back down, and then I was able to catch it again once it closed below. 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth time if it works. Rinse and repeat, bro.
That's it.
That's why I keep saying everything has to be the exact same every time. I don't care
Yeah.
what you're trading. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't care what you're trading. So, no, that's it for me, bro. That's all I got.
Yes, sir.
Now, if something changes throughout the week, obviously I'll send you a screen record. But we'll see how
Okay.
this plays out, and
That sounds good.
yeah, we'll go from there. If you're looking to get in USD Chef, it's
Did I have
kind of fallen. This one had fell below, but this one has. We'll see how this one closes. So at 8 o'clock, if this closes with inside the zone, we may get a pullback again. But if it falls below, then if it closes up like inside of the zone, you could possibly see a pullback. But if it closes below, then we're looking for a retest sell.
I got you.
Yeah. But right now, it's honestly, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, we'll see.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah.
One of the things. Yeah, I'm definitely watching it. I got